And we're back.
Yeah. Took a week off for Thanksgiving. I'm sure the four of you didn't mind that much, but if you did, we're sorry. Anyway, so what did you do over the Thanksgiving holiday, Ben?
I ate, hung out with the wife, did a little Christmas shopping on the Black F, and...
The Black F. That's funny.
I like to hip things up as I go along.
Did
It
you
makes
get
me
any
feel
good
important.
Did you get any good deals on Black Friday?
I bought on Blu-ray for $6.97 at Walmart the trilogy to Austin Powers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good. I got that. I told you on another podcast. I got that not long ago, too.
Yeah, we were just talking about,
It's come back around for me.
Yeah, I'm anxious to get in and watch it again and rewatch the part where they're like, oh my God, that looks just like a big set of ball.
Yeah.
It's cut.
Johnson!
Yeah, it's cut to the baseball game now. And
I heard that guy's related to Ron Howard. I don't know if that's true.
oh, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's his brother. In fact, I think Seth MacFarlane and all his trifecta, they keep mentioning how poor Ron Howard has gone the way of his brother because now he used to look respectable and now he looks a little fugly like his brother does a little bit with the teeth and the balding.
I always hear that he's just the nicest guy. I don't know.
He sounds great. In fact,
His stuff on Arrested Development is so funny.
I haven't seen that whole season. I need to really sit down and make myself watch it. I just haven't got back to it. But
Well, I'm no one to judge there. I still haven't made it through Breaking Bad.
he's apparently a character.
Yeah.
Like not just the narrator, but he actually plays himself.
I've seen it. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Seen all of it?
I watched it. I watched all of the fourth season of Arrested Development the day they put it on Netflix.
Wow.
Yeah, I really like that show. That's one of my favorites. Smart,
That's
funny.
a lot to keep up with.
Well, that one was a weird one because you watch it and at first you're like, this isn't quite as good. But by the end of it, like, okay. I see where they're going. I dig it. And, you know, the big problem with it, though, is it's all in service of setting up an Arrested Development movie, so there's not enough closure, really. Like, the third season had that moment of closure, and, okay, this story is ending. And the fourth season is starting a new one that'll end whenever they get around to making the movie. Yikes. But, whatever, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Hey, it's Arrested Development.
It's one more step in seeing Michael Cera go from adorable young person to full-blown crane. Or pelican, maybe?
What does that mean exactly?
He's turning into a bird of some kind.
Is he just getting skinnier and
He's
beakier?
getting skinnier, and his head is getting bigger, and he looks like a pelican. On crack. A pelican on crack.
What's the big movie he was just in?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to him that much.
He played some sort of... The name of the movie is the name of his character. I can't remember.
The last thing I enjoyed that had him in it was Scott Pilgrim.
That's what it is. Apparently that's a big... My nephew Josh talks about that a lot on
Well, that was a big manga, and then...
Facebook.
Then they made the movie, and... Whatever. I don't read manga, so I don't know. But a lot of people dug it. I liked the movie a lot, though. I thought it was funny. And for people of our generation who've grown up in this, media-centric, video game-obsessed kind of culture,
yeah,
I thought he was as good a hero as any.
I liked Hot Rod.
Hot Rod. Yeah.
That was with
Andy Samberg. That guy is so funny. What's your favorite bit he's ever done?
Oh my God, I can't name him.
I can without a doubt tell you my favorite thing.
Okay, I did like, off the top of my head, just being topical, Cool Beans thing where he and his brother are sitting there looking at each other and they make up and, one guy's like, cool beans, and the other guy says, cool beans. And before you know it, they're doing this whole, cool beans, cool. Yeah, so it's this whole thing.
My favorite thing from Andy Samberg was, and probably will always be, In the Cage with Nicolas Cage. And then the bit where they got Nicolas Cage to come in and do it with him, that's high praise. I love that Nick Cage was in on the joke. That made it 10 times better.
You can't forget Andy Samberg's Donnie Wahlberg says hello to a donkey. Hey, donkey, how you doing? You doing okay? Hey, how's your mother? And it's a real donkey, and it's just sitting there.
Everything the guy's done
Yeah,
for me has been hilarious.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about hearing that he was working with Adam Sandler because I'd rather he not get stuffed into the whole Happy Madison stable.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's where actors go to die.
Oh.
Come on, man. I don't mean to be rude, and I like some of those movies.
Let's see. Well, okay, David Spade, I'll give you that one.
And I like David Spade.
And who's his other crony? He'd be like his left-hand guy in the Adam Sandler Mafia. I can't even think of his name, and that's probably
Rob Schneider.
Yeah, I think
I don't know
hilarious.
how many legs that I don't know how much legs his career had to begin with, but I tell you one thing: Deuce Bigelow is still funny. Not so much the second one, but that first one still makes me laugh. It comes on Comedy Central every once in a while. Still funny. I don't care what anyone says. It's infantile and juvenile and sophomoric, but I don't give a shit. It's funny.
Do you remember the baseball movie?
Oh yeah, that was a good movie.
You liked that?
Yes.
Oh, it was horrible.
It was dumb.
It
but
was
it was
horrible.
dumb fun.
Like even the random stuff that I would laugh at, I was like, "Oh, I'm not laughing at it."
Oh come on! They had a real life Yoda.
They also had a real life Batmobile, and the random robot that comes out. What would you like? Would you like a custard? Not now. 87621.
I think it was number 4 or something.
Yeah,
like that,
whatever.
but, yeah, I thought it was funny. I liked that movie. It wasn't the best movie ever, but I thought it was okay.
I watched it. I watched it all the way through. So I mean,
Benchwarmers, by the way.
yes, that's right.
No, but just look at what recently. You know, Jack and Jill, awful.
It wasn't.
It was awful. There is nothing good about it.
It was a watchable movie. It was watchable. I wouldn't say that it's any kind of blockbuster, even on comedic standards. Not.
I could watch a car accident. It doesn't mean I want to.
I mean, it was okay. Well, you want to watch a car accident, but a
don't
car
want-
accident isn't watchable.
It's more watchable than Jack and Jill. I would rather watch.
Okay. Jack and Jill on the scale probably would rate like a high 4, going from 1 to 10.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because I mean, it'd be, if I were on a plane and that movie came on, I wouldn't be.
I would jump off the plane.
I wouldn't be disappointed. I mean,
would
there are
jump
worse
off the
movies.
plane.
There are worse movies I
Name
could watch. What was the one with Queen Latifah and the ski?
Okay, I'll give you that.
Thank you.
And
See?
I love Queen Latifah.
And
think she's
the guy
fantastic.
who's the guy from Friday? He was in that too, I think.
Ice Cube?
Yeah.
Oh, Cube. Life ain't nothing but bitches and money.
And
That might not be
cereal.
Cube. I don't know. I'm not up on my gangster
And
rap.
Chex Mix. Least you got to do is acknowledge my not joke.
I'm trying to just let it die.
Moving right along. Bedtime Stories. One of my favorite all-time comedy movies. Probably would make it in the top 10 comedy.
Okay.
That's
I
just
didn't think it was bad.
Oh my gosh, the first joke where he I can't set it up right, but he's telling the story and he's the main character in the story and he dives out into the thing of alligators just because.
It had its moments.
Yeah.
Certainly not the worst thing I've ever seen. Not the worst thing I've ever seen from Adam Sandler. Anyway. We had a point at some point, didn't we? Holidays?
No, I
or
think
is this just
we're just rambling. This is a rambling episode.
Yeah, I've already used most of my good rambling
Dusty
jokes.
We're just traveling down the dusty trail of
Happy trails to you until we meet again. I'm going to stop before Simon Cowell comes and kicks me in the nuts.
Paul. That was the worst singing I've ever heard in the world.
That was, without a doubt, the most horrible thing I've ever heard. And I spent last night filleting a cat who didn't want me to. So I know horrible sounds, Paul. Yeah,
That sounds-
yeah, dog, you bad dog, that dog. We need to cut
Oh,
that. Probably.
I feel like I'm in the middle of everything. Oh.
It's not exactly current humor, but I guess we'll
No.
leave it.
No, actually, your interpretation sounded more like the guy from IT Crowd.
I've seen an episode of that.
That's a good show.
It looked good.
And then for a Britcom, I usually don't get into it unless it's, Monty Python or, what others. But it's a Britcom. I think it's come out in the last.
I know what it is. Just
it's relatively new, and it's
pretty popular. I think.
I think it's got legs. It's going places.
Didn't that guy go on to be in one of the main guys? Didn't he end up in The Watch with Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn? Did you see that movie? It's kind of a piece of crap, but
it's possible. The Watch, isn't that
it's the one where they made the neighborhood watch and aliens invaded?
Oh yeah,
it was pretty awful. But
and Chubby McGee, what's his name?
Oh yeah, Jonah Hill.
Yeah, I love him actually.
Yeah, I think he's funny. I know most people liked Superbad. I didn't really get into that, but
did you see 21 Jump Street?
I did.
Hilarious.
Really funny.
Yeah,
really funny. And I gotta give it up for Channing Tatum in that. He was really carrying his share of the comedy.
I've never been disappointed by one of his performances.
Yeah, I like G.I. Joe. I don't care what anyone says. I thought it was fun.
He was in G.I. Joe?
Yeah.
I might watch
the first
now.
one.
Never saw it.
You just gotta go in knowing what that is. All right, that is the director taking the toys and playing on screen. And if that's all you want from it, if you want a note perfect Destro or whatever, the movie's called The Rise of Cobra, so you're not going to see a lot of the faces until the sequel.
Hold on, do you see Cobra's face?
Just watch it.
It's supposed to have a mask. Get it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. So,
explains all that.
According to the rules of improv, I'm not supposed to do that.
What you just did?
Throw in the random joke because it just stops the action.
Yeah.
Which, if you rewind it back and listen to it, it actually did.
Yeah.
I nailed it.
Way to kill it.
Yeah.
Bump my fist, bro.
Sorry.
So anyway, over the past couple of weeks, going back to video games, Xbox One, PS4.
Yes. Tell me. Now, you've been living in the Xbox One world lately.
I have. And
your Xbox One is my GTA 5, I guess.
I guess so. You're still playing that daily, or?
Not daily.
Daily and nightly and ever so rightly. Scrubs humor. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been playing the Xbox One pretty much every day. It's good. It's pretty good.
Now, what are the differences, or I guess what are the upgrades between 360 and 1?
Good question.
What does that mean?
Well, at a glance, early on, you're not going to see a ton of difference in graphical fidelity, but the worlds they've built in some of the games are pretty interesting, and especially in Dead Rising, which is what I've been playing most of.
Of course.
There's this scene real early in the game. I'm not going to try to spoil anything for anyone. I mean, this is the opening 10 minutes.
Here, I'll turn off the mic. Spoil the game.
No.
I'll turn off the mic. Here, hold on. Okay, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Remember that, what we just talked about, a joke killing it dead?
Come on. All right. We're moving right along.
Moving right along. There's this moment early in the game, after the opening segment, you walk out onto this bit of tarmac that's been destroyed, and you just see the horde of zombies. And this is something you couldn't do on the old consoles. You could have done it on PC probably, but it's awe-inspiring. There's literally probably 1,000 enemies on screen. None of them look alike. As much as I like Dead Rising, it had this bad habit of it had about 10 different zombies repeated about 100 times.
Wow.
And that, you kept seeing the same. Oh, there's the fat old lady with the flowery blue shirt. Oh, there's the elderly gentleman with the pork pie hat or whatever it's called. Just the same few models. And this one, it's all randomly generated through various pieces, and so they feel different and they look different and they're aggressive, and it's a little bit awe-inspiring. You just, wow, that's a lot of enemies, and every one of them is moving, and it gives that zombie apocalypse feeling just like you want it in a game. It's pretty good.
Let's see. So overall, you're giving it a star rating of, let's just...
I've still got a lot
Your
to do, you can't trust me on a review of Dead Rising. I'm too big of a fan.
Well,
there's no way I can
Xbox One.
It's got an issue or two, but I mean these kinds of things will be ironed out. Just as a piece of kit, I give it a plus. A plus. I like it a lot. There are some things that are puzzling. Some of the UI stuff was better on the 360. The party system is weird.
What's UI mean?
User interface.
Right. Okay. So the user interface being...
Well, it's designed around the Kinect. And
okay.
That's actually, as much as I didn't like the first one, it's neat the way they've integrated it. The voice commands work really well. And I got to say, I like barking orders at my Xbox. It's fun.
Now, if you're talking...
Xbox, go to Netflix. And it's there.
Real?
Yeah, it's neat and it's fast. And game installs are pretty quick. The load times are still a little longer than you'd think, but I'm just... calling that the early optimization. I mean, when they were building these games when the hardware wasn't even final, so I give them a little slack on that. I expect that to improve over the next year.
What, okay, if I'm talking to somebody on my Xbox One, and they say, Xbox turn off.
It'll shut down.
Really?
Well, the turn off command requires a confirmation, so it won't just pop off in the middle.
Wouldn't that be just the...
You have to very specifically say, Xbox, turn off, and then confirm. And then it'll shut down.
Can you confirm vocally?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look out. You bastard! You turned me off again!
Yeah, well, maybe when friends are over, we'll disable the voice commands. It's harder to rage quit when you have to say that much, though. You're just pushing a button. No, you're right. Button. That's it, you guys. That's it. I'm leaving. Xbox.
Mom. Controllers any different? Any more buttons? Any less buttons?
No, I mean it's basically the same. The triggers are neat though. They've got the impulse triggers they call them. That's their company line, PR speak, whatever. They're neat though. In practice, in Forza, which oh my God, Forza 5, it's been getting some flack from people around forums groups, but I hate to gush too much and not be critical, but frankly, I think it's probably my favorite Forza yet.
Really?
Yeah. And all the complaints people have about it are valid, and none of them matter to me at all.
Like, what are the complaints?
Forza 4 had 500 cars on the disc. This one has 2. But
200 or
200 cars.
Oh.
200 cars.
That's a huge scale down.
They whittled a bunch down. It
they probably have some in DLC, do you think?
Well, yeah, but that's not the point. We're talking about starting gate here. But
right.
That's also a game that was built on a system that had been out for 6.5, 7 years at the time. So you expect, it's not that big of a deal to me, but I'm also in the unique position of having most of the cars I want were in the game out of the deal. So I guess if you're really into collecting some kind of car that's not...
What's the Ferrari that's in the commercial? Is that a Ferrari?
The LaFerrari.
Is that what it's called?
That's one of them.
I've got that car in GTA 5.
Well, then that's not the one.
No, it's the same car from the commercial. Like, there's a commercial for Forza 5 that has that car, and it's the same.
Are you talking about the orange one? Because that's the McLaren F1.
The orange.
That's not the Ferrari.
It's the really long-looking.
Without seeing the ad, I don't know. Most of the Forza material I've seen has had the McLaren F1 in it. And we're back from Google checking to make sure. Yeah, it's the McLaren. It's
yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's the car. Well, I've got that in GTA 5.
The Forza people, Turn 10, have I believe they have the exclusive rights to Ferrari in games. So anyone who wants to put a Ferrari in their games has to, get the license, borrow the license from them.
Well, they have to get the licensing for the name, but apparently, if you just design the car and change it up a little bit, then you're.
Yeah, but that's not what this game is about.
Under the scope.
This isn't, right. This isn't GTA.
I'm talking about my game. You're talking about your game.
In Forza, I mean, you want precision. And
right.
The neat thing about the 200 cars they did put in there is every bit of it's modeled. Wow.
I just had this. I don't know what you call it, but just you're in Forza and you pull over to rob the local gas station. Well, back to the race.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, I think they just give the drivers gas. I don't think you have to steal it.
I want all your money in a bag of peanuts.
Oh, peanuts give me gas.
Anyway.
Peanuts give me gas, Kyle.
Cartman.
No, that was Kyle's cousin Kyle.
Oh.
Kyle 2.
Kyle
Never
too.
mind.
Oh, I gotta get into that.
He's designed as a super Jewish stereotype. It's,
Okay.
you know what? I don't want to ruin any of that episode. You just need to see it. It's really funny. Anyway, stuff with Forza 5. Anyone who has a complaint against it, I mean, that's legit. You bought the game, whatever. But
Yeah.
what?
No, I mean, it's just, I still have that thought. I'm not laughing at what you're saying. This crossing the two. Anyway. But it's really high-end, well done.
Yeah, it's fun.
I want to play it. I haven't gotten into a good racing game in a long time. The last great racing game I played was Test Drive on the PS2. Yeah, I'm not even joking about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's going back a ways. I thought you played Gran Turismo.
Oh, I got it, and I had it for like 2 days and took it back. Because that game sucked so hard. I think it was Gran Turismo 2 or 3. Might have been 2 or 3, I don't remember.
I think it was 2 that had a nasty bug that wouldn't let you get 100%.
Oh.
Like, even if you did everything. I don't remember the bug exactly, but something about it was bugged out. And that was, before they could patch a game and fix it.
Oh, yeah, the PS2, forget about it.
Forget about it.
But yeah, I just remember, I don't want to take some crap-ass car on a campaign and make it better, and then only to ditch it and buy another car and build that thing up and make it better.
And that's one of the things I'm saying about Forza 5 is, yes, there's less cars, but there's also less crap cars.
Yeah.
Okay. There's most of what's in there is pretty darn good and interesting, even if it's not a car I particularly want.
I mean, if I'm a professional racer, I'm going to go get sponsoring, and I'm going to get a car that can at least get me in competing.
Well, all the classes that they have, the one complaint I do agree with is the track selection is pretty small. It's like 12 tracks, and the last one had like double that.
Yeah.
That's a bummer, but a lot of the tracks that they had in the past were fantasy tracks, and I think they're trying to focus more on the realistic tracks.
So fans can go on and, or gamers can go on and design a track?
No. Meaning, when I say fantasy tracks, I mean tracks they made up for the games.
Oh, right.
They had one called Maple Valley. That was my favorite track, and it's gone now, which is kind of a drag. But what it's doing in practice, though, and I've played this game pretty much every day since the Xbox One came out, is I'm actually learning the tracks better because of the lack of variety. So it's hard to get too upset about it. I've been playing racing games for at least a decade.
Yeah, I need to get back into them.
And I have never been able to handle the corkscrew on Laguna Seca with any kind of style. It's always this horrible, oh God, I didn't slow down fast enough, now I'm in the air, and oh my God, I'm hitting, and it ruins my lap every time, every game I've ever played. And in this game, I've actually started getting around it without incident.
Do you have to like fishtail around it?
Well, no.
Not fishtail, but what's that, what do they call it, drifting?
Yeah, drifting, understeer, oversteer, something like that. I don't know what it is. But no, you just have to slow down at the right time, make the turn at the right time, hit the gas at the right time to take advantage of it. You can make it over it without doing it stylishly, but the corkscrew always gave me trouble. Always went off the track or flew off. The last 3 times I've raced that track, though, no problem at all. Handled it like a pro. That probably wouldn't have happened if I wasn't playing the same track. So it's hard to be too upset about it. I'm the type of person who likes to look for the good in the game, and what's there is just polished to a mirror shine.
Yeah.
It's a little unnerving when you have day one DLC for a $60 game. So if people want to complain about that, I'm not going to tell them they shouldn't.
I mean, it's not like it's going anywhere, right?
Well, no, it's just some people feel that if it's ready when the game's ready, why isn't it just... Why do I have to buy extra for this? But
what is the DLC? Let's talk about that.
The Ferrari car pack.
Oh, well,
there's a bunch of Ferraris in the game, and then you can buy 10 more.
Yeah, well, I would be pissed off about that if I were a Forza guy.
Well,
pissed off, but I would still play and enjoy the game. It sounds.
There's still plenty of them in there, and whatever. the people who really like a racing sim are going to just want those cars anyway.
So
I don't want to play devil's advocate for DLC or microtransactions, but honestly, if it's a game you love, this is a game you can play for a year. And every car feels different. And the way they worked in the impulse triggers, you can feel the tension. If your car is about to lose traction, you get this hard rumble in one side of the controller. It's really neat. And more than that, they've done away with just dumb bot AI, and they build each AI based on the performance of your friends, and every player becomes a potential AI. They call it Drivatar, which is just the worst word, and I hate saying
Drivatar.
it. Drivatar. Get you, thanks, James Cameron. James Cameron's Drivatar. And it's just there's this big blank guy in a helmet with a blue eye. Never mind.
So,
in practice, what that does, though, is in past Forza games, once you got past the opening and got used to the game, if you bumped up the difficulty, every car would just go the perfect line. It was like a train of better cars driving better than you. Or you pass them if you're good, whatever. These new ones, though, with basing it on people, they're aggressive. They'll bump you. If you bump them, they will come after you and get you back. It's exciting, and it feels a little more like a multiplayer without having to have any people around, which I kind of
nice. Yeah.
It's kind of like the fun of it without having to listen to Timmy's mom telling him to pick up the garbage.
I'm not going to tell you again, little mister. You pick up that garbage now.
And then she says, Xbox, turn off. No, Mom! Mom, I was winning! All in all, though, my experience with the Xbox One so far has been pretty good. Rise is awfully shallow. The Roman game. It's pretty shallow, but not...
The Roman game?
Rise, Son of Rome. It's another one of the launch titles.
Okay.
It's graphically impressive. It's a launch title. I mean...
I did see that. Yeah.
I will more than likely play it once and never play it again. But the combat is real timing based. It kind of reminds me of Arkham Asylum, but with swords. And not nearly as much depth. You're not Batman, so you can't throw batarangs, and that immediately makes it significantly less fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Roger.
Thank you, Roger. So anyway, that's the show, I guess.
Yeah, we should.
To recap, Adam Sandler, not so great.
Sucks.
Andy Samberg,
very
awesome.
Funny. Xbox One, pass.
Pass. And
no, wait, passing grade, not pass on it.
right. And Forza 5 is alive.
Indeed it is. Forza 5, I'm giving it a thumbs up. I wouldn't argue with anyone who wants to be upset about that stuff. They have every right to. But
and I love Adam Sandler, actually. Let's go back.
No. No. That one's a matter of record. I'll edit this out. Paul, when I watched the episode, why are there so many bleeps at the end? Nothing. That was just some stuff I was doing for testing. For testing.
Oh. Testing's good.
All right, we're getting near 30 minutes, so...
Yeah.
Ben,
so get out of here.
Wrap it up for us, Ben.
Okay. I guess you know what to do. Hit that like button, all that stuff. Follow us on Twitter. I guess all that stuff is going to be down in the...
No. I just had an idea.
In the crotch ball.
We should shoot for dislikes.
Yeah. If you hate us...
If you hate us, please let us know.
Yeah, definitely.
We thrive on your ire.
Please hate us.
Your hatred is fuel for the engine that burns within us all.
And on that note, I must bid you adieu.
Adieu!